Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. You know this is an educational event. You're supposed to respond, and the response that we have in the classroom. This is a lively group, and I'm so glad because we have one agenda on tonight, and that one agenda is to make as much noise as we can to celebrate those amazing 25 teachers that have been given their schools and their students everything that they have. So we're so happy for them on tonight. Let's get a practice round then, can we? Can you make some noise for our 25 teachers to get the party started? It's all about them for tonight. So glad to be here. Welcome to the Wicomico County Teacher of the Year Spring Celebration event for the 2022-2023 school year. I'm Aaron Deal, a member of the Teacher of the Year Committee and past Wicomico and Maryland Teacher of the Year, and I'm pleased to serve as your Master of Ceremonies tonight. I also want to mention that we have a DJ that's in the back, Dustin Thomas. He's killing it. He's killing it. Creating this party atmosphere. My knee has been bouncing up and down all night from the music that he's been giving us. We're going to have a fantastic time here in the beautiful Venue 54 in Del Mar, celebrating our teachers. We thank the many donors and sponsors who make the Wicomico Teacher of the Year recognition program possible. And we'll mention some of them during the program tonight, and we'll post a list of all of them on our website. This Teacher of the Year Spring Celebration is a special opportunity to recognize some of the finest educators in Wicomico County Public Schools for their commitment, their compassion, and dedication to Wicomico students, families, and staff. Tonight, we salute the 25 semi-finalists who are in the running to be one of the 4 finalists for the Teacher of the Year. The announcement of one of those 4 finalists as the 2023-2024 Wicomico Teacher of the Year will be the high point of this event. We're eagerly anticipating hearing parting words from our current Wicomico Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Rebecca Matthews. Where are you, Rebecca? We're also excited to recognize our school system's 3 Rising Star finalists and the winner of the Rising Star Award. We're looking forward to honoring a very special friend of education as well. So let's get started with the procession of tonight's honored teachers coming from the balcony. I'm grateful to have help on these introductions from experts. These experts are teachers that know them best, students, parents, guardians, colleagues, and administrators. We'll start with these outstanding second-year teachers who are finalists for our Rising Star Award from the McCain Foundation. Starting from Prince Street Elementary, second grade teacher Lauren Bass with assistant principal Kimberly Waters. Miss Bass' excitement for teaching is evident every day. She uses sign language to help students remember vocabulary words. And in addition, she utilizes call and response and songs to keep scholars excited to learn. From Choices Academy, high school social studies teacher Chance Hogue with Principal Courtney Elliott. His instruction is engaging and gets the students interested in learning about social studies. His sense of humor is on point. We value Chance and all he does for the students and staff at Choices Academy. Another individual says he's a vital part of the high school team at Choices and has a very good way of communicating with our students. Let's give a warm round of applause for Mr. Hogue. Let's ride on down to Mardello Middle and High School and celebrate math teacher Julie Webster with Principal Liza Hastings. A student shared that she made math fun so students never got bored, but still learned, all while being nice and respectful to everyone. A parent shared that her son struggled with math in elementary school and would just shut down out of frustration. But after 2 weeks with Mrs. Webster, he came home and announced that math was his favorite subject because Mrs. Webby made it all clear. Let's give her a big round of applause. And those are our 3 Rising Star finalists, second-year teachers excelling in our county. Now we present to you the 25 semi-finalists for the Teacher of the Year. And rather than the usual predictable order of being alphabetical by school, we're going to reverse it. And we're going to go alphabetically by the teacher's last name. We have a few semi-finalists on our list who always fall near the end by both their name and also their school. So it only seems fair. Leading the procession is one of last year's semi-finalists, the 2022-2023 Wicomico Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Rebecca Matthews of Wicomico High School. Let's hear it for our Teacher of the Year. She is again escorted by Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Michael Stauffer, and we'll hear from both of them later on in the program. Now let's welcome the 2023 semi-finalists for Wicomico Teacher of the Year. We'll begin with Glen Avenue Elementary, 3rd grade teacher, Tish Wise with Principal Michelle McGooey. What can we say about Mrs. Wise? She is kind, thoughtful, helpful, nice, and smart, according to her students. Colleagues know she is a teacher who is creative, caring, and dedicated to the success of each child in her classroom. Students also said she gives us hard work that provides us with a lot of growth and learning. She teaches us how to write essays and to make PowerPoints. Let's give her a round of applause. And from West Side Primary, 1st grade teacher Debbie Wessels with Principal Glendon Jones. Miss Wessels represents the highest ideals of teaching to help enrich our curriculum standards. She deserves the recognition and accolades for her excellence, enthusiasm, and concern. She consistently demonstrated that high expectations bring high performance. Thank you, Mrs. Wessels. And while we're at Westside, let's take it to the intermediate area. 2nd grade teacher Kara Watson with Principal Christina Stewart. A parent says Mrs. Watson is everything a family hopes for in a teacher. Our daughter enjoys Mrs. Watson's energy and enthusiasm in the classroom, while my husband and I appreciate her dedication to her students and effective communication. Thank you, Mrs. Watson. From Chipman Elementary, kindergarten teacher Bethany Simon with Principal Antoinette Perry. Miss Simon is an amazing teacher. She is creative, funny, loving, dedicated, inspirational, and animated. The love she has for her students is absolutely incredible. She's also a wonderful teammate who shares her creative ideas for lessons and picks others up when they're feeling discouraged. Thank you so much, Miss Simon. Let's head on over to Willards Elementary. and recognize physical education teacher Kelly Scholl with Principal Judy Nicholson. If you're lucky enough to find yourself in Mrs. Scholl's classroom for PE, you won't want to leave, and you may not be able to help yourself from joining in the day's lesson. Mrs. Scholl loves being able to teach students how to be active. She is an absolute shining star at Wonderful Willards. Let's give her a round of applause. Our newly built school, Beaver Run Elementary School, is going to give us teacher Dr. Nan Richardson and Principal Kurt Twilly. Dr. Richardson teaches music class at Beaver Run every day, but that's not all that she does. She produces the morning announcements each day, incorporating both students and staff. And beyond her classroom responsibilities, she will produce Beaver Run's first musical, Pajama Party. That will take place later this spring. Let's give her a round of applause. Coming to us from Pemberton Elementary, 5th grade teacher Brenda Rose with Principal Dr. Ryan Kessler. Mrs. Rhodes is a teacher who is very understanding, loving, and kind. Some of other favorite words to describe her are caring, the absolute best, and she is amazing. Her students say she's smart and a great teacher. Let's give her a round of applause. From Delmar Elementary, 4th grade teacher Jenna Purnell is with Principal Kirby Bryson. Ms. Purnell has been an amazing addition to the Delmar Elementary teaching team. She brought the glitz and glam to the 4th grade team with her colorful glasses and sparkly boots. There's also an assignment in which kids were able to take a look at the insulin that were in dogs. They were able to bring home research dogs that were stuffed. All the kids wore blue that day, and she shared the pictures with families. Thank you so much, Mrs. Burnett. Let's head on over to Fruitland Intermediate and recognize 5th grade teacher Danielle Poyle with Principal Tara Parsons. Students mention that she always keeps class interesting with exercise and movement activities as well as breaks. She's always calm and prepared for anything that happens. She supports all students in our class and helps other students at recess and in the lunchroom. And she treats everyone fairly and has the best jokes. Let's give her a round of applause. Stepping up to high school, James and Bennett High School math teacher Victory Olen with Principal Christelle Savage. We appreciate Victoria Olen as an extremely dedicated teacher, passionate about growing students' mathematical confidence as well as their individual independence. She makes her students the priority in every decision she makes. Let's give her a round of applause. And while we're at the high school level, we're going to recognize Wicomico High's special education teacher, James Matt McMurdo, with Principal Dr. Andrea Blake. Students say he's a nice teacher because he listens. He's kind and genuinely loves our Y High students, but most importantly, our special education students. He not only takes pride in his job, he genuinely wants to see the best in each of the students. He is also a great coach to his players and students and goes out of his way to be a mentor and great friend to the students and staff. Thank you so much. Coming to us from Pinehurst Elementary School is pre-kindergarten teacher Andromeda Massey with Principal Chelsea Seabreeze. Miss Massey is an outstanding educator who shines in the classroom every day. Her classroom is filled daily with smiling faces who are eager to see what the day holds, as well as returning scholars who need a Miss Massey hug. Thank you so much. From Fruitland Primary School is pre-K teacher Kelly Martino with Principal Lisa Forbush. Miss Martino is exactly what you want in a pre-K teacher. She puts rapport and relationship building at the forefront. She excels at working hard to help her 3- and 4-year-old students feel safe enough to learn how to school. And she provides plenty of modeling and endless fresh starts. Let's give her a round of applause. Coming to us from West Salisbury Elementary School is Math Intervention Teacher Tara Martens with Principal Kimmy Vance. According to coworkers, Miss Martens is one of the most dedicated teachers they've ever worked with. One of her students said, "She is so fun, she raps and sings when she teaches math. When she does something, she goes all in." Let's give her a great big round of applause. Coming to us from Bennett Middle School is English Language Arts teacher Deanna Marshall with Principal Aaron Nathan. Miss Marshall is one of the kindest, most genuinely caring human beings you could ever meet. Her students love her because she loves them unconditionally from the moment she meets them, and makes a point to know them well and ask what's important to them and what's going on in their lives. She's a wonderful listener. Let's give her a great big round of applause. Coming to us from Wicomico Middle School is Math Intervention Teacher Michelle Lilly with Principal Jason Capobianca. Michelle is a team player and always willing to help a colleague or a student. She goes above and beyond to contact parents, families, and to make sure students are successful. She helps with SST, the Math A class, and whatever else is needed to support students and her school. Let's give her a great big round of applause. From North Salisbury Elementary School, we celebrate 4th grade magnet teacher Kelly Lewis with Principal Kimberly Penny. Mrs. Lewis enters the building each morning with a smile and an extraordinary amount of enthusiasm. Her colleagues and her students can't help but to be infected with the abundance of enthusiasm for learning she exudes every single day. She brings the same enthusiasm to our SU student teachers and observers through her leadership role in the PDS as a PDS liaison. Thank you so much. Coming to us from Northwestern Elementary School, we celebrate 5th grade teacher Melissa Holloman with Principal Allie Dargan. Melissa has done a wonderful job transitioning from a coach to a classroom teacher. Her knowledge of the curriculum is outstanding, and she is an asset to her colleagues. Students say she makes learning fun. She's fun, smart, and very imaginative. Let's give her a great big round of applause. Representing special programs from the English Language Support Center, ESOL teacher Dana Henschler with Principal LaVon Bratton. Ms. Henschler is a strong advocate for students. She goes above and beyond for her students every day and works hard to create opportunities for them. She willingly accepts a leadership role and recently completed her National Board Certification renewal. She is passionate about helping students and the families. Thank you so much. Coming to us from Salisbury Middle School is math teacher Heidi Hershey with Principal Terry Dunn. The students say she makes us laugh a lot with her enthusiasm towards teaching math, but also her creativity with her singing and dancing to help us remember new concepts. Co-teachers say she's a tremendous role model teacher and has high expectations for all of her students. Thank you so much, Ms. Hershey. Coming to us from Parkside High School is Sherry Harkins with Principal Tara Obarski. As a French teacher, Ms. Harkins helped coin the term Ram Fam and is the epitome of what it means to be a member of the Ram Fam. She's always working in the best interest of our school community, helping to build a positive and welcoming culture and climate. She is a passionate, creative, and kind individual, and we celebrate her on today. Let's travel to Pittsville Elementary and Middle School and celebrate Ken Dasher, band teacher with Principal Chris Gosnell. Mr. Dasher is an expert in his craft, but he's also a master of fostering student growth and enjoyment. His calm but encouraging character makes him someone that students want to go to for advice, or even just to share. They say that he tries to make sure he has fun every day and pushes them as well with great jokes. Thank you so much, Mr. Dasher. We travel to Prince Street Elementary and celebrate Emily Dale, a first grade teacher with Principal Jason Miller. Perhaps the best thing about Emily Dale is the relationship that she has built with her students who remember her long after she was their teacher. She has several students in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th that make a point to check in with her every day, even though she's teaching class. Thank you so much, Mrs. Dale. Coming to us from East Salisbury Elementary is 3rd grade teacher Kirsten Biddle with Principal Maria Wright. Mrs. Biddle encompasses all the qualities of an exemplary teacher. She's caring, compassionate, and takes time to build relationships with all of her students. She plans lessons that are engaging and meet the needs of all students. She's a leader on her team and ensures all members on the grade 3 team meet with success. Thank you so much, Mrs. Bell. Coming to us from Mardetta Middle and High School is social studies teacher Don Abatello with Principal Liza Hastings. Mr. A, as his students call him, is a strong team leader at Mardella's history department. He checks in on colleagues in the building, and when they are out due to illness or family circumstances, he is the person that is checking on them and making sure that they are okay. He's extremely supportive for the entire staff. Let's give him a great big round of applause. And at this time, I ask that you give a great big warm applause to all of our 3 semi-finalists and to all of our semi-finalists for Wicomico Teacher of the Year. We also want to say thank you to Sonia's Floral Boutique for these wonderful flowers that have been donated on tonight. Tonight, each of these outstanding teachers has received a gift bag that, among other things, includes gift cards to local businesses. Additional gift cards to local restaurants were purchased with the generous support of the Wicomico County Education Foundation, and we thank them for their ongoing support for Wicomico teachers. Vernon Powell generously provided enough gift cards for every honoree. Etch Art Awards made a donation to ensure that every semifinalist would have a magnetic name badge as their school semifinalist. And students in Parkside CTE Culinary Arts Program baked the cookies that are in each of the gift bags that have been given out. We also thank the Richard A. Henson Foundation for its support of this event. And by the way, the balcony at the back is now empty and available to anyone who needs a seat and would like to watch the proceedings from that vantage point. We are so very pleased to have 6 members of the Board of Education here tonight in support of our teachers. Board Chairman, Mr. Gene Malone, will now bring remarks on behalf of the Board of Education.
Thank you. Thank you. So good evening, everyone. Like you, I'm extremely glad to be here tonight to celebrate some of the top teachers in our school system. I'm Gene Malone, Chairman of the Board of Education, and I'm here to represent all of the members of the board. With me here tonight are Vice Chairman, Mr. Alan Brown, board members, Dr. Bonnie Ennis, Mrs. Susan Beecham, Mr. David Plotz, and Mr. John Palmer. Board member Kristen Hazel was unable to be here tonight. Teachers, we're here tonight to congratulate you, to appreciate you, and to thank you for everything that you do. You do great things every day in your classroom and school to support students, foster strong relationships with families, and build a bright future for our community. We are proud of tonight's honorees who have shown themselves to be more than ready for the challenge of educating every one of their students every day. What they do in their classrooms is amazing. It is also incredibly important to the success of their students both in school and in the community. Because the children they teach today are the future employees, business owners, inventors, investors, public servants, elected officials, leaders, and parents who will create a successful future for all of us. I like to end Board of Education meetings with a quote, and I'm glad to extend that tradition to this event, which celebrates educators. Oprah Winfrey once said that education is the key to unlocking the world, the passport to freedom. That's so true. And since I'm a banking guy, this quote from Benjamin Franklin seems fitting too. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Teachers, thank you for investing your time and talents in our students every day. We celebrate you, and we thank you for everything you do for the students and families of Wicomico County Public Schools. Again, our congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Malone, and to all of our board members. We appreciate you. We have the opportunity now to congratulate our second-year teachers. And supporting first-year teachers is something that's passionate to me and something that I do all year long. So having the opportunity to watch the submissions coming in from our second-year teachers is fascinating. And so we now have the opportunity to present an award that goes to one of 3 outstanding second-year teachers who were introduced tonight as finalists for this award. William and Teresa McCain of the McCain Foundation will now come to the podium to present the 2023 Rising Star Award with their bag. Let's give them a round of applause.
Good evening. Tonight marks the 5th anniversary of the Rising Star Award, which that's hard for me to believe. Bill and I started this award as a way to give back to the county, a county that blessed us with wonderful classroom teachers. A few are here tonight for our 2 daughters, and a county that blessed me with a career of over 33 years at Bennett Middle and James M. Bennett High School. And I look back on that career with nothing but fond memories. The reason for the award is based upon our belief that good teachers are our most valuable resource. There is no replacement for an effective classroom teacher. And you can tell when you walk into a classroom whether or not that teacher has that indescribable combination of attributes that will make him or her effective. And that's why we had so many nominees this year. And we know and we believe with all our hearts the magic happens in the classroom. And for that reason, we'd like to shine the spotlight on those who are new to the teaching career. Why? We want to retain them. We want to keep them here. According to the Department of Education, approximately 44% of teachers who leave the profession do so within the first 5 years of their teaching career. So we want our new teachers in Wicomico County to know that they are valued and appreciated. So, the winner of the Rising Star Award will receive a check for $1,000 to use as they see fit, and this beautiful bat with their name engraved on it. Most of you know that Bill wanted to call, and Dr. Briggs, I believe, wanted to call this award the Rookie of the Year Award, but I outvoted them. This is the compromise. The winner will also be the face of the county that represents our new teachers and an ambassador for them. So, let's get to tonight's winner.
It's my turn. It's a challenge for the committee to narrow this down. They had, I think it was 18 nominees this year for the Rising Star Award, and they had to narrow it down to the 3 finalists that we have here this evening. And this year's winner, their message, and well, let me back up even further. They all had to do a video that was submitted and was reviewed by the committee. And this year's winner's message in their video was focused on perseverance. And she devised a creative way to teach the trait of perseverance to her 2nd grade students. And that perseverance means to keep trying, just keep trying and never give up. And she's instilling such an important message that's going to last them for a lifetime, that's going to serve them well, whether it's in the classroom or in future experiences in their life. And her students are learning, even when things are tough, you got to keep going. You got to keep moving forward. You got to keep trying. And think about that. I think that's a pretty good message for all of us here this evening. And so her message of perseverance was the probably deciding factor in her selection. Her enthusiasm for teaching and for her students was evident in her video, and the second graders at Prince Street Elementary are lucky to have her. You've probably figured it out by now. This year's Rising Star winner is Lauren Bass. Show her the money. Never give me the money. I managed to lose it from here to there.
When Miss Bass came up and she started crying, the pollen count just increased in here, and I felt my allergies. It was allergies that were messing with me. So we're setting the tone on tonight. There is to be no crying in here at all. We're not doing it. That was so touching. I've been in her classroom, and as was stated earlier, you walk in and students have been trained to welcome you, and they welcome you, they say hi, and then they ignore you and go right back to her. It is one of the most fascinating things to watch. I called her last year a fake first-year teacher because I couldn't believe it was her first year and I thought she was faking. Just phenomenal. So we congratulate you, and we congratulate all of our Rising Star finalists. Let's give them a big round of applause. Now we want to take a few minutes at this point to recognize someone who isn't a teacher, but who is very important to our school system. This person has provided such amazing support for our students, staff, and schools that this person will be honored tonight as a friend of education. I ask that Dr. Rick Briggs, Chief Academic Officer, to come forward to announce this award.
Thank you, Dustin. I was a little worried what the walk-up music was going to be. But thank you, sir. As a part of the Wicomico Teacher of the Year recognition program, each year we honor at least one friend of education who generously supports Wicomico children. As the song says, we get by with a little help from our friends, or in this case, of one friend, a lot of help. I'd like this year's friend of education, Mr. Martin Hutchinson, to join me up front. We actually have a seat of honor for him. So I'll let him sit in the seat of honor while I tell you what makes him so deserving of this award. What would only be better is if we put the spotlight on you, too. When Community of Joy, Church of Brethren, bought property for a church on South Boulevard in 2007, a small group of church leaders, including its pastor, Martin Hutchinson, reached out to Salisbury's Promise to make a connection with the nearby school. Community of Joy has served as Pinehurst Elementary's faith-based partner ever since. Over the years, Pastor Martin and the Community of Joy congregation have supported Pinehurst in many ways. Here's just a few. Helping run PBIS incentives, mentoring students, providing staff with a homemade meal or treats, purchasing underwear and sweatpants for the school's health office, conducting school supply drives, adopting families at Christmas time, partnering with the Maryland Food Bank for weekend food bags, providing 3 families with breakfast for an entire summer, and leading a voluntary early morning prayer time before the school day. With the pandemic, it became clear to Martin Hutchinson that educators and staff members needed tangible displays of the love and appreciation that the community feels for them to keep them going at a very difficult time. And I'll add, they still need that today. Along with his fellow kindness leader, Ms. Grace Foxwell Murdoch, and Kind SBY, they came up with the Adopt a School initiative. This pairs a community business, organization, or individual with a school to do something special for staff several times throughout the school year. Martin and Grace adopted Choices Academy themselves. Thank you. And all schools throughout the district have felt the love over the last 3 years. Believe it or not, that's not all he has done. Martin Hutchinson established Camden Community Garden 9 years ago, and through Pinehurst Principal's connection with families and staff to be a part of the planning, weeding, and enjoying the proceeds of the garden. Summer lunch at the garden was promoted through the school, and meal bundles for students were given out there in the first few months of the pandemic shutdown, as well as at the Stone Grove crossing on Booth Street. Pinehurst staff volunteered their time each day to help hand out meals, and an art teacher put together art supply packets for the students to take home. Camden Community Garden has also hosted Pinehurst Family Reading and Math Nights. Martin's passion for gardening and growing community led to a conversation with a Choices Academy teacher who wanted to start a garden at Choices. He'd been looking for a place to build a hoop house where students could grow produce during the school year, learning the joys and skills of growing and exploring job possibilities in the farming and food industries. With support from the school system leadership and staff and funding from the Church of Brethren and other sources, and several years of hard work and preparation, the Hoop House Garden at Choices Academy is now being worked by students and staff who are able to eat what they harvest. Finally, as an active member of the community, a pastor, and a kindness commissioner, Martin Hutchinson made it a point to speak out at board meetings to thank the board and the school system staff for the challenging work that they do. He and Grace even brought and served pie to show their appreciation in a really sweet way. You get it? Sweet way? Martin Hutchinson, please stand up next to me this time. Stretch your legs a little bit. As we prepare to present this Friend of Education Award, I'd like to ask for a little audience appreciation to join in this recognition. Please stand up and remain standing if, and I have a few of these, you have experienced Martin Hutchinson's dedication to students, staff, and schools at Pinehurst Elementary. Please stand up if you have benefited from his expertise and kindness as a friend of Choices Academy. And please stand up if you are in a school or program or office or school board where you have felt the kindness of an Adopt a School partner at some point in the past 3 years. This is the impact that one friend of education can have. I'm pleased to present the 2023 Friend of Education Award to Martin Hutchinson for his commitment to serving the youth, teachers, staff, and schools of our community. The school system and Board of Education are proud to recognize you. Thank you, sir.
So I just want to say it has been a lifetime honor of mine to be a cheerleader for you, for the beautiful work that you do every day, day in and day out. We see you, we know how hard it is, we know that you don't get near the accolades or the love or the appreciation from our community that you deserve. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you.
We often hear the phrase that it's the thought that counts. And I would convey to you that it doesn't always count for much. If a person is in trouble and you tell them you're thinking about them, they need your action. And so we thank the McCain family for your action. We thank you, Pastor Martin, for your action. That's what counts, and that's what makes a difference. When you can be connected to people, organizations, and this world, and you leave it in a better place than when you found it. So it's not always the thought that counts. It's people that are taking action to find solutions when they see that something needs attention. Thank you so much once again. We appreciate you. Now we turn our attention to another one of our excellent educators that has turned administrators, Miss Kim Miles. She has a few words to share with us, and we ask that you put your hand together for Mrs. Miles, the Assistant Superintendent for Student and Family Services, as she comes to the microphone to conduct a very special roll call of honor.
Ooh, I like that one, Justin. That's good. I won't put on my dance shoes right now. A little bit too much embarrassment. Good evening, everyone. What a special evening to spend together, is it not? Oh my. In addition to the amazing teachers who are being celebrated here tonight, there are many past Wicomico Teachers of the Year in attendance. And we are always and forever thankful for the incredible work they do in our schools and, our school system. Teachers of the Year, I'm going to ask if you will please stand when your name is called in this roll call of honor, truly a roll call of honor, and ask that you remain standing. We will applaud everyone as a group at once after all of the names have been called. That's probably the hardest part because we want to applaud all along. So we're going to try this. We're going to try this. Our almost immediate past Teacher of the Year. We have a few more minutes left. Rebecca Matthews. Dustin Thomas gets to pick his own song. Himalatha Bhaskaran. Shane Morton. Lisa McKinnon. Kristen Taka. Christy Briggs. Kimberly McGlinchey. Looking to see her. Lauren Monroe. Susie Jones. Lisa King. Karen Parsons Hitch. Dr. Brian Raymore. Beth Scheller. Teresa McCain. Aaron Deal, who was also Maryland Teacher of the Year. and Bonnie Walston, who is Wicomico's first Maryland Teacher of the Year. You've done very well holding back, so let's let it all loose now. Let's hear it for all of the Teachers of the Year. There are other Wicomico Teachers of the Year who are not here tonight, but who are out there doing wonderful work to support our students day in and day out. And truth be told, night in and night out also. We know that. Susie Jones, Dr. Chad Pavlikovich, Susan Cullen, Ron Wainwright, and Grace Lamboni, as well as former Somerset and Maryland Teacher of the Year, April Todd. A number of our other excellent Teachers of the Year have retired. We appreciate all of these Teachers of the Year, as well as all of the educators who serve Wicomico County Public School students every single day. We are a very blessed school system to have such amazing teachers in our midst. Thank you for all that you do, have done, and will do moving forward.
And although we honored all of our Teacher of the Years, I have a special love for one of them. And I gotta say, she's the queen. Bonnie Walston, can you stand one more time? Because you're just the queen. And can we give her a great big Teacher of the Year round of applause? Because she showed all of us what it's supposed to look like. Personally, I remember one time I was supposed to be sending gifts to the other Teachers of the Year, and as a guy, my idea as a gift is to crumble up $20 and slip it in your hand. And so Bonnie saw what I was doing and she stopped me. She's like, no, Aaron, that's not how you want to do that. You want to take the bag and you want to get the paper and you want to put the paper and have some of it coming out the bag, and then you want to put your gift on the inside. And you got me some amazing points with my wife, because I know how to give a gift now, Bonnie. Guys got to know how to do it right. So she has taught us so much class, and she has been at the helm of that special education department for so many years. We love you, we love you, we love you. Thank you so much, Bonnie Walston. At this time, we're getting closer to finding out who will be the next Wicomico Teacher of the Year. But before we do, let's hear tonight's keynote address coming from our current Teacher of the Year, Rebecca Matthews. We're going to hear her thoughts and her experiences since she attended this event as a semi-finalist 1 year ago. Ladies and gentlemen, our Teacher of the Year, Rebecca Matthews.
Good evening. It's still overwhelming to be here. Throughout my career, I have been asked what I teach and where I teach, but I have rarely been asked who I teach. As an educator, I believe the who matters much more than the what, the where, or even the how. Yes, I love biology. And I am thrilled when students become enthralled with the intricacies of cell respiration, protein synthesis, or natural selection. But my most salient memories from my classroom have little to do with the content of my lessons. It is the participants. And they make me cry. It's that pollen. The students, as well as my teacher peers, who resonate in the images curated in my mind over the last 23 years. When I arrived at Wicomico High School 9 years ago, I knew little about who I would teach. Despite my summers at the beach, I was unaware of the culture and community that defines the Eastern Shore, and more specifically, the diverse, challenged, beautiful community that comprises Wicomico High School. In my previous schools, I had taught students who shared many of my expectations experiences, and goals. Community is easy to build when common ground is evident. But if I have learned anything in the last 9 years, it is that common ground may be the bedrock of the past, but it can also be poured like a new foundation based on shared hopes for the future. Community can be built in many different ways, and we must actively engage with the members of our school communities, our students, the other teachers, the support staff, our parents, the administrators, to work together to find both common ground and to pour the new foundation that will withstand the challenges that lie ahead. A few years ago, a teacher at Y High asked for advice that we would like to give our high school selves, a collective wisdom to also be shared with our students. I continue to use this advice with my students and myself. Choose people, places, and ideas that make your world bigger. Many people assume that this has to do with college in the future, but honestly, it is relevant to our daily choices. From our conversations with friends, the books we read, the Netflix shows we watch. As teachers, we can create classrooms that are infinite in size and fill it with the joy that comes from the collective voices of all who enter. I hope each of you will join me in the approach, challenging your students and colleagues to choose a bigger world and allowing yourself to grow right alongside your students. Teaching at Wicomico High School has transformed my world. And the students who have graced my classroom have made my world exponentially bigger and better. While I had read about the impact of poverty on student performance and believed I was well-versed and educated on equity issues, I was ill-prepared to teach in an environment in which poverty and inequity had such a pervasive impact on the lives of my students. Making your world bigger begins with acknowledging that your world has room to grow. But the process does not end there. We must choose to interact with ideas, people, and places that will make us better. If we want our students to make the hard choices, to do the work to grow beyond what is familiar, we must do the same. As educators, we need to celebrate the choices students make to embrace ideas, places, and people that serve to make their world bigger, one day, one class, one interaction at a time. We need to intentionally plan and provide experiences and opportunities for our students to increase equity, knowing that these shared experiences will serve as a pathway for success. Friends, let's build a bigger table. Student success leads to school success. Successful public schools positively impact communities, pouring the foundation for our future. As educators, we also need to continually challenge ourselves to choose ideas, people, and places that make our world bigger, modeling the habits that will serve our students beyond academics. Our students will have occupations and opportunities for which we don't currently have names. But the mindset to tackle the unknown starts in our schools and our individual classrooms. This was the message I shared last September as one of the finalists for Maryland Teacher of the Year. Nearly 8 months later, I have had so many amazing opportunities to make my world bigger. Yes, the adventures shared with the other Maryland Teachers of the Year, progging on Smith Island, touring the White House, exploring STEM opportunities at Northrop Grumman, standing together on the floor of the Maryland Senate, will be savored for the rest of my life. But the conversation shared in the car with the Dorchester, Kent, and Queen Anne's teachers as we traveled across Maryland several times together, to these various events have challenged my perspective on teaching in ways that cannot be measured. Sitting in a DC coffee shop, discussing the expectations of this amazing career we have chosen, or did it choose us, with the Hartford and Charles teachers, who both were born the year I graduated from high school, has inspired me to be more present with my students, my colleagues, and myself. If I had one wish for every teacher in our county, it would be to have a cohort of toys, for everyone is a Teacher of the Year. And these toys will challenge you and inspire you and make your world bigger. But as this is my last speech as the Wicomico Teacher of the Year, I can say with complete confidence that my students deserve this recognition far more than I do. I have some challenging classes this semester. Yesterday, I faced the whiteboard, breathed in, breathed out, thought somehow they will be students. And I questioned what I was doing wrong, why I wasn't making connections, why my students didn't seem to care. I came back today and they cared, and I thanked them for it. And I turn around and I see students who are actively choosing to build skills and habits for success. Students who will learn if I can convince them they can learn. Yes, I believe every teacher is someone's Teacher of the Year. But I also believe that every student deserves a Teacher of the Year. Someone to believe in both the potential and possibility of a future they have yet to discover. So when you walk into your school tomorrow, and most of you, I'm sorry, you'll just walk in and that's great, remember that you are someone's Teacher of the Year. Find ways to encourage others to see what you see in students. In this career that we have chosen and that has chosen us. And in doing so, you will make your world bigger and better. Thank you for allowing me to serve as the Wicomico County Teacher of the Year. My world is bigger and exponentially better because of all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Teacher of the Year. I remember when we went in the next day to interview her, and we let her know that we need some time with you. She didn't want to take time out with us because she said, I had stem cells in the refrigerator. Who has stem cells in the refrigerator? She wanted to get back to the classroom, but that's the type of person she is. She is so dedicated. And we've watched the endless amount of hours she's dedicated to the SGA, the diversity that she brings to that organization. And we also watched the amount of scholarships that she was able to fight for students to be able to get 4-year scholarships at various schools. I've watched the emails come through, and it's because of this lady here. She makes a difference. It's not the thought that counts. It was your action, and we celebrate her on today, don't we? Thank you so much. And now we'll have brief comments. I'm sorry, that was supposed to be me sharing brief comments. And now we'd like to invite... It's no reflection on the person I'm about to call. They can talk as long as they want to. Dr. Raygor is about to come up. He is our Chief Finance and Operations Officer, and he's going to let our teachers know what they can look forward to after they have won and after announced as finalists for Teacher of the Year. He is a former Teacher of the Year himself. Let's give a warm round of applause for Dr. Raygor.
Wow, what an evening. Great evening so far and great things to come. I'm going to share some of those great things with you. We know that teachers do earn intangible rewards every day for the work they do. But tonight, they will also be receiving wonderful gifts, some of them from the hands of our students. It's my pleasure to share what tonight's Teacher of the Year finalists and winner can look forward to receiving. The 4 finalists for Teacher of the Year, as well as the 3 Rising Star finalists, will be taking home one of the gorgeous hanging baskets of flowers you see here tonight, nurtured by horticulture students at the A+ Garden Center at Parkside High CTE. These baskets are given by the Wicomico Retired School Personnel Association. The finalists will also get local honey and tea from the horticulture program. And the Teacher of the Year will receive a gift certificate to pick out additional flowers and plants. The 4 finalists for Teacher of the Year will find a very special pen in their bag made in the award-winning CTE High Performance Manufacturing Program. The finalists will soon receive a custom-made paver from students in the Masonry program. The Kind SBY organization, with support from many businesses and individual donors, has provided a gift bag for each of the finalists. Among the contents of the gift bag is a very special finalist travel mug. The new Wicomico Teacher of the Year will receive a laptop from Data Networks, a free course at Salisbury University to continue their education, and a garden sculpture courtesy of the CTE welding program. DiCarlo Digital Copy Center has donated the large Teacher of the Year poster that will be displayed in the winners' schools starting tomorrow morning. Later this year, at the staff kickoff rally for the 2023-2024 school year, the Teacher of the Year can look forward to the Hertrick family of automotive dealerships delivering a brand new leased car for the teacher's use throughout his or her year of representing Wicomico teachers at events across the state. And with that brand new car comes the perfect accessory, a designated Teacher of the Year parking space at their school. But the Teacher of the Year won't need a special parking space tomorrow morning because the winner and their family will be chauffeured to school in this classic 1969 Buick Electra 225, driven by band teacher and auto enthusiast Buck Burton. What a great way to start a day of celebration with students and colleagues. It was a 1949 Buick, yes, and that one is in the shop, so his 1969 Buick is doing duties. Now, as we get closer to the announcement of finalists and then the Teacher of the Year, let's hear from our Superintendent, Dr. Micah Stauffer.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to first thank all of you for being here in support of our Teacher of the Year finalists. I also want to do a special thank you. We have Michelle Wright from the Wicomico County Education Foundation. We also have Mike Dunn from the Greater Salisbury Committee. We have Grace Murdoch from Kind SBY, and of course you've met Martin Hutchinson from Kind SBY, as well as our faith-based partner, and we've heard from Bill and Teresa McCain, and we appreciate all of their support. And we also have Bev Urich from the Retired Personnel Association. So we just thank you so much for your community support and all you do each and every day to support what we do. Thank you so much for being here and for what you do. Also, just want to thank our board members. It means a lot that they're, I know all of you would have been here, but we do have 6 of the 7 that could be here tonight, and just your support and being here to support all of our teachers and all of our school administrators and what they do means a lot as well. So thank you all so much. And as a first-year superintendent, I thought a lot before I came here tonight about, what I needed to do and what I needed to say and where I needed to stand, and I did okay with that, Mr. Malone, probably around a C+ on that. I did not think I was going to need sunglasses and sunscreen. That is absolutely the brightest light ever. The left side of my face is still stinging a little bit, and say it is. Promise. I also like to thank Laura Jones, who has worked tirelessly all day long was not feeling well at the end of all of that and is not able to be here or stay here with us tonight, and her entire team. So if you had anything to do with the Teacher of the Year committee, the decorations, or anything else, can you please stand, or if you're already standing, wave your hands a little bit to be recognized? Thank you. Thank you all so much. So in January, we came together to salute quarterfinalists from each school program and to name the semi-finalists for each school and special programs. And after months in which those semi-finalists have served as their school's Teacher of the Year and participated in all the steps of the Teacher of the Year process, and I think many of you out there would say there are a lot of steps full of anxiety and stress, it's finally time tonight to name the finalists and the new Wicomico County Teacher of the Year. I also just want to say one last time to Mrs. Matthews and how she has represented Wicomico County this year. The passion, the dedication that you have for students and student achievement is second to none, and I've been witness to that this year. Thank you so much. Also like to take a few minutes just to reflect on what an event like this one means to our school system and our community. The culminating Teacher of the Year celebration gives us a chance to celebrate 25 semi-finalists for Teacher of the Year and the finalists and winner, congratulations, of the Rising Star Award. And as we honor and appreciate all of them, we do so knowing that they represent almost 1,400 Wicomico teachers who strive each and every day in our classrooms to educate, to engage, and to uplift our students. You are truly special for what you represent, not only what you did and are doing to be able to be here tonight, but for all of the teachers that you are represented in being here tonight. Our teachers do a tremendous job each day in the classroom and in their schools, and it's always good to be able to have this event so that we can just pause a moment, have a good time, and reflect on the amazing work our teachers do. They not only guide students in learning, they connect with students and families, and they play a critically important role in ensuring the current vitality and future prosperity of our community. It may be difficult for our teachers to see the broad impact that they have when they are in the middle of meeting each day's challenges, and there are a number every single day. But their importance to the community as a whole is clearly evident in the many leaders, the business owners, the employers, the employees we meet who are products of our school system. Teachers, we know that you didn't do this work alone. Each and every teacher has team members on whom they rely to be successful. And as we celebrate our teachers tonight, we also express gratitude to those team members in our schools without whom our teachers and students could not be successful. Now I'm talking about our instructional assistants, the school administration, nurses, cafeteria workers, substitutes, custodial staff, coaches, our school resource officers, those who work in the front offices and the media centers and the counselors. And if you are a husband or a wife or a significant other or a friend that came along to support one of our Teacher of the Year finalists, can you also please stand tonight? Without that support, those that you love and care for could not do what they do each and every day. And what they do every day makes a big difference to what we do. So thank you all so much. You didn't think you'd have to be recognized tonight, did you? I saw some of your faces. But it goes on to student and family services, technology, transportation, our bus drivers, our community partners. All of them deserves recognition for the important work that they do in supporting what we do. So tonight we are celebrating our finalists, our semi-finalists, this year's Teacher of the Year for each school and the special programs. All of you exemplify how to inspire young minds, how to make a lasting impression on the lives of your students. You inspire us, and that's why you're here. So thank you for your commitment, your innovation, and your passion for teaching. I am grateful beyond words that you have chosen to dedicate your skills and your passion for teaching to the students of Wicomico County Public Schools. And in a few moments, we will know the names of the finalists and the new Wicomico Teacher of the Year. So I'd like for Aaron Deal to come back to the microphone to just set the stage for what Board Chair President Jean Malone and I will be about to do. Thank you all so much.
Dustin, I'm gonna need some walk-up music. I need some walk-up music. Everybody give me a little head nod with the walk-up music. Now listen, all of our Teachers of the Year, you figured it out. A lot of teachers have gone to school, they've read books, they understand theory, but it doesn't work in a real classroom. You understand how to make it work in a real classroom setting, and we celebrate you because you have figured it out. You deserve to walk into a school with walk-in music every morning. And so I'm asking that you stand just one last time, all of our semi-finalists. Come on and stand very quickly. And Dustin, hit it for us. You deserve this. We appreciate you. Go ahead. You know what you're doing in the classroom. Thank you so much. And so to all of our semi-finalists, when you get to school tomorrow, if there is no walk-in music, don't go in. You just know you deserve walk-in music. I'm just playing, we got a sub shortage. You need to go ahead and put some earbuds in and just go ahead inside the building. But know that we still value you and you're special to us. It is that time. And at this point, when the name of each finalist is called, we ask that the finalist principal please come up with their finalists to be in the pictures and also to help with the gifts. Now these finalists are the 4 teachers with the highest point total from 3 scored activities. Those activities include the fishbowl, which is a public speaking event, the writing prompt, and the interview with a panel of judges who are themselves former Wicomico Teachers of the Year. Our next Teacher of the Year will be the finalist with the highest score. At this time, we ask that Dr. Stauffer and Mr. Malone take the honor of announcing the finalists.
I need glasses because I'm older than you. I can't see it.
And the first finalist for Wicomico County Teacher of the Year from West Salisbury Elementary is
Tara Martens.
And our next Wicomico County Teacher of the Year finalist from East Salisbury Elementary,
Kirsten Biddle. Congratulations. Very good.
And to keep it moving, here we go. Our next Teacher of the Year finalist is from Beaver Run Elementary,
Dr. Nan Richardson. Congratulations.
And last but not least, our final Wicomico County Teacher of the Year finalist is from James M. Bennett High,
Victoria Owens.
And now it's my pleasure to announce the 2023-2024 Wicomico County Teacher of the Year goes to,
From West Salisbury Elementary School, Tara Martens.
You know, the funny thing is that a lot of people ask me, you know, what do you think your chances are? Did you prepare anything? And I said, I'm just lucky to be invited. So, and my husband knows I don't cry at all, so I'm so appreciative of this honor. I've been teaching for 11 and a half years here in Wicomico County, and the people that hired me are actually here tonight. So I appreciate you so much, and thank you for all you did to help me start my path. But really, education for me went back way further than that. Just as you said, Miss Matthews, how really it kind of picks you. I kind of ran from the career a little bit. My mom is a teacher, and she's actually here tonight. She taught my whole life, and I went to the school where she was a teacher at, and I remember helping her set up her classroom and then break it down at the end of the day, and I remember how the students loved her so much. And I just felt that passion. In fact, we were in a restaurant in my hometown one day, and there was a guy that came up to her and said, "I bet you don't remember me." He was about 30 years old, and he had his 5-year-old son with him, and he said, "You were my kindergarten teacher. Can you meet my son?" And he shared so many fond memories with her. And I always hoped that possibly one day I would have students that would come back and do the same. And we had a Title I family night a couple months ago, and at that event specifically, I invited one family who's had a lot of challenges. I taught the sister when she was in 2nd grade, and now she's about to graduate. She came to the event and she pulled me aside and she said to me, I was asking her about how school was and everything, and her family life, and she was telling me that things were hard, but she said, "But you don't understand, if I didn't have you as a teacher, and if I didn't have other teachers here in the county, I don't know where I would be. School is the only thing that I have right now." And that was so powerful to me. I really appreciate this honor and this award, and I want to thank everybody for getting me to this point. My administration, they literally let me do all of my crazy ideas and ways to engage families and some different things that we do in the classroom. I'm so appreciative of them, and everybody here, you're all Teachers of the Year in my book. And just go back to your schools and keep doing what you're doing. And keep making sure that you are everything to your students, because we know that, yes, it's about content, but at the end of the day, it's all about love. Showing our students that love and having high expectations. They'll reach those expectations as long as you set them there. And they'll believe in themselves as long as you show them you believe in them. And thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So we congratulate on tonight our new Wicomico County Teacher of the Year. We have G. Malone here, Dr. Stauffer getting that suntan he wanted. And we know that there is going to be a celebration at West Salisbury tomorrow morning. Am I correct? Bring your best sneakers. Kimmy understands. And so we would like to thank everyone, and we say congratulations to all of our honored teachers tonight. Thank you for your devotion to your profession, to the children and the families of our community. We also invite you, after this event is over, to stay and enjoy more food, or to go to the photo spot and enjoy a few more pictures. And at this time, we're going to bring up Mr. Malone for comment.
Thank you. Thank you, Tracy, for keeping us all straight, telling us what line to stand on and all that. Thank you very much. And also, before I give my closing remarks, which will be brief, how about a big round of applause for what Aaron Deal does year after year? You can't, this is where I could get in trouble where I go off script, but every year he makes it fun. It's a wonderful evening. It's just beautiful. And then he makes it fun by all his commentary, and it's just wonderful. And how about our DJ in the back? I love the walk-up music, Dustin Thomas. Keeping it light. We appreciate it. Next year I'll pick out what I want you to play, right? No, thank you. So we're delighted to applaud the new Wicomico Teacher of the Year, Tara Martens. We can't wait to learn all about what makes you such an outstanding teacher. We know you will be an excellent representative of all the fantastic teachers in Wicomico County Public Schools. To honor you tonight, the Board of Education would like to present you with the traditional Teacher of the Year gift, an engraved apple. So I'll ask the board to come up after this. So congratulations. Don't move, but Tracy will tell us what to do. Thank you.